What is new? Bash Crew. Video by Abba and Preach. Epstein defender has computer seized. Let's look at some of the comments, right? Before we start. Guys, this is old news. We've been on to him for months. Damn, he really said all this, edited and shared it. PDF files, like PDF files, are being empowered. This stuff is being normalized. It's disgusting and needs to be aggressively stopped. Even crazier is the fact that he fails to realize that he is an adult. Bro, she is 12. That is a child. WTF do you mean? She came to you. Okay, we gotta watch this. Hold on.
That I know with absolute certainty. If you took any man alive, any grown-ass man in his 50s, I don't care how old he is, you put him on an island with a beautiful 14-year-old girl.
Beautiful 14. Beautiful. What did he say? What did he say? Hold on. Hold on. Right there. Look. I just gotta get this up for y'all.
What did he say?
I had to hit you guys with one of those because what in the...
Nobody's looking. He knows that nobody's looking.
So you guys are probably confused, being like, what is going on?
Look him up.
And some people are like, oh, this guy, somebody check his computer. Well, they did check his computer, and it turns out they were right. Convicted offender.
Oh.
You can't make this shit up, bro. So convicted offender, possibly in Lapine, causes a mass social media frenzy for the county sheriffs in Deschutes. So his name is Jesse Stark, going by the Black Sheep Tiny House channel on social media, was reported to be living in Lapine and creating videos on social... Hey, y'a pas au French, bon, on est à Lapine, donc, tu sais, on crée des vidéos. On social media, sharing his convictions about relations with a minor female that have disturbed, even angered many viewers.
The word R-A-P-E means to take something that is not being offered. I did no such thing.
Yo, this is diabolical. This is absolutely like, yo. Just so you can understand, a 12-year-old child, I mean, I don't think I should have to explain this, right? But to anybody who's watching this, right? I mean, I'm hoping I'm not cultivating an audience full of these weirdos, but a 12-year-old child cannot offer you their sexuality. It just can't happen. They don't even have a grasp of their sexuality. Like, for example, I'll tell you guys, if somebody was, I'll just straight up tell you guys, I don't give a fuck, right? When I was younger, I was sexually assaulted, right? Like, I was sexually assaulted. And it was before the age of, like, puberty, right? And let's say, for example, someone was like, hey, Bashir, do you want to see this pornography? Because I saw pornography when I was fairly young, right? And, you know, I take a look at it. I'm like, oh, you know. And then I get to where I'm 25 years old, where I'm at this age that I'm in now, right? And I'm, like, thinking back to it. I didn't consent to it. You know, it honestly screwed me in so many ways. It gave me so many different inflictions in my life. It gave me, you know, in terms of, like, sex addiction. It gave me pornography addiction. It affects people in so many different ways. So when you do this type of stuff, it's like, just because somebody, even if a child is, because children are so full of wonder and curiosity. So if someone were to show me, you know, and I'm threading around lightly about what I'm saying, but I'm being as vulnerable as I can, right? You know, but someone showed me that when I was younger, and obviously I was curious. I looked at it. It's like Pandora's box. Like, no 12-year-old can consent with their sexuality. It's just not happening.
Second of all, there was no... The girl was a virgin to start with, and she was a virgin after it happened.
Basically, she never had her first time. The girl he's talking about and his involvement with her, she's 12.
I did not take her. There was no... There was physical contact that took place between she and I that she initiated, that she
Is
instigated.
he out?
Nah, bro.
Is he out?
21 gun salute. Bablow. You need to. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. You don't. Yeah. It's just that, you know, the guns are not pointing upward, but towards him. You get what I'm saying.
Now that I've had 15 years to reflect, 15 years of celibacy to reflect, I remember what it was like to be 12 years old. I remember it vividly. I would have cut off my pinky toe for an opportunity to touch a grown woman's pair of That's
You see, that's what a lot of young boys say. But here's the difference between a young boy and a grown woman. This is why it's not okay. You, as a grown man, are developed in your sexuality. You're developed in your romantic life. What does that mean? I mean, unless, obviously, this guy might be even a child in his brain. He might be stunted, right? But let's say, for example, I think I saw a story on it, right? It was this was like a police cam video I saw a while back. I don't remember what it was, but it was basically like a older woman. She was like maybe like 25, and she was with a high school student, and then she ended up getting pregnant or something like that, right? It was a police cam where they arrested her, and essentially the boy, he was doing it with her, but he was gonna go off to college. And like he didn't understand what the severity of a relationship was that they were cultivating, and she was expecting like them to like have a baby, get married, all that other stuff, and it's just they didn't have the alignment because they're in two different separate ages, and so it was like for him it was so emotionally traumatizing. He couldn't come to grasp on what was actually happening to him, and he didn't understand that that there's different expectations when you get older because he's young, and that happens. And let's flip it vice versa. Let's say for example she did put it down on him, and she was like, I don't want to, and I hate using this word with children. Let me even like stop that, right? Let me say put it down on him. Let's just say like she ended up having sexual intercourse with him. And me saying this, by the way, is not even a reason to make this legal or make this right. If somebody does consent and agree to this, like even then, right? I think 18 is still pushing it if you're like 25. I'm 25 years old. I wouldn't date nobody who's 18. You gotta at least be like 22, 23. Like it has to be like a really tight, and that's still pushing it for me. I like someone who's 25, who's really in my age range. I never understood how dudes like young women. I've always liked women who were in my age range, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, like 1-2 year wiggle room, something like that, right? But I say, for example, a kid did like it. What if the woman's like, okay, you know what? Like who's older, or maybe vice versa. It's a young girl, older man, and then the older man's like, you know what? That's it. I don't want this anymore. And the younger girl's expecting more. She's expecting a life with you. Like, do you not understand that it's different emotional levels? You're causing so much trauma. That's why this pisses me off. But I digress.
True of any 12-year-old. That's true of any 12-year-old. And here's another thing that I know with absolute certainty. If you took any man alive, any grown-ass man in his 50s, I don't care how old he is, you put him on an island with a beautiful 14-year-old girl, and nobody's looking, he knows that nobody's looking.
Oh, hell no.
He's gonna f*** every man alive. Every single man alive without exception.
Which one? Which one? Not me. Not me. I don't know about you, bro. Not me. He just told on himself. This is the level of snitchery that you see only on O Block, only with rappers. Like this is like these Epstein dudes are the equivalent of like the rappers in the white community. They're the degenerates. They're essentially they're essentially the rappers in this community. And we're skipping this ad here. No free advertisement. You know how we do it.
Can we go back to the lighthearted stuff, please?
Nasty. I don't do this as like a virtue signal or whatever, but like the way some people talk about just life in general, like every man would do. No. Every day there's dudes who are left alone and nothing happens. Fucking freak. I think some people need to externalize what they do so they can feel better about this shit. But like, no.
If he thinks he's not going to get caught, he'll
stop saying we. Just say you. You don't know me. You don't know us. Just say you. Why do people try to like really get outside like talk? No, just say you. Ugh. Brother. Ugh.
Nature is absolutely fucking perfect. I am not on here advocating for the rights for grown people to take advantage of young people.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
advocating for the rights for young people to have freedom.
Oh, shut
Oh
the
no.
fuck up.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. What did Buddy say? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Like he is trying to essentially groom children. That's essentially all I heard. He wants the freedom to have children, to have the freedom to have unfiltered regulations upon anything. If that's the case, let's let kids drink. Let's let kids drink because you know what? You know, if they want to drink, if they want to mess up their body, they should be able to. You know, let's let kids gamble. Let's let kids take out loans. Like that logic makes zero fucking sense. And I love how Abba said, I think that was Abba, right? I love how Abba said, you know, I don't want to virtue signal with this. It's just genuinely like this shit is disgusting what he's talking about because I've never been alone with a kid and was like, yeah, I want that kid. Like never have I ever done that.
My God. No. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro.
I told you this one's wild. Someone said self-report. It's not a self-report, guys. This is a full-on confession. That's all that is. He just literally laid it all out. There's no report. No. Confessed. And he was already found guilty, to be clear. So he spent time. He's on the register.
Really?
Sure, I did not groom the girl. You were not there. You did not know what happened.
Oh, I assure you, you absolutely did. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Jesse Wayne Stark, not John Henry. You may remember a controversy. He used to have a TikTok called something tiny house. I can't even remember anymore, but I just remember that his entire account was defending himself for the crime that he served prison time for and is on the offender registry for. And it was for a 12-year-old girl. She came to him with free will. Now, what stuns me about this, aside from the fact that he is even allowed to continue having accounts on places like TikTok. Now, I know some people say, wait, if he's a registered offender, he's not allowed on the internet, right? Not true. That only applies to offenders whose crime was committed utilizing the internet. CSAM, enticing a minor or something on the internet. I cannot believe that TikTok hasn't absolutely eradicated this guy.
Just so you guys are aware, his account is gone. He's been banned off of all the platforms. So they did finally act with enough blowback. But essentially, he's got a catalog of videos where he slips it in how the age of consent should be changed, how young people do want this and they should be allowed to. A lot of weird stuff like that. Pretty open and brazen about it. I know some people have dug into
18
his...
is already pretty young. Like, I think, honestly, I think it should be like the age of consent should be like, okay, you, like, in my personal opinion, some of you might disagree. In my personal opinion, I mean, I don't give a fuck if you disagree. This is my channel, right? But, I mean, don't be fucking weird. But my personal opinion, it should be like this. When you're 18, the lowest you can go is someone who's 17 about to turn 18. And then when you're 18, right, when you turn 19, it has to be 18. And then when you turn 20, it has to be 19, maybe 18. When you turn 21, then it has to be at least 19. And then after 25, you shouldn't date anyone under 22, 23. And then at post that, you know, maybe you have unfiltered reign because everybody looks like an adult after like 22, 23. You have unfiltered reign. And personally, I've never gotten old, so I don't fucking know. But I just think that 25 dating an 18-year-old and up is just kind of like, I get it. You're kind of an adult now, but I'm just like, And I probably butchered what I just said anyways. Like, I'm not even, don't take it with a grain of salt, obviously. But just like, well, I think what I'm trying to really display to you is just like, I don't know, like it's just there's something sick with these guys' minds. Truly.
Some people, posted pictures of him at Trump rallies or whatever, trying to draw the political line straight there. But, the truth is a lot of people like this exist. And a lot of people do this, but to lesser degree. Some people be like 14 is okay. Or 16, they should all be able to bang whatever age. And it is much.
Yeah, whenever I was in school, I remember a lot of girls would have like guys picking them up who were like way, way older, like something way, they were like, I mean, I remember this one girl, she was like 17, 16. She had like a 40-year-old dude picking her up from her high school. That's absolutely disgusting. It's sickening. And granted, that guy's in prison now, but you know, it's crazy like what a lot of older men would do. I remember when I was in middle school, there'd be guys in high school dating the middle schoolers. I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Like, truly, the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, come on now.
More normalized than a lot of people might think. And yeah, you heard the sick guy. I mean, he was already found to have diddled a 12-year-old. And what did he do? He made excuses. Well, I didn't penetrate. I didn't initiate. She did.
According to him, the 12-year-old diddled him. According to him.
It just goes to show you that a lot of these people do exist in our society. Some of them get to be politicians and go to Epstein's island. Some of them get to cover for him. Some of them want to visit. There's all kinds of different people.
Some people get to be president.
This is a sick fuck.
After all, like the rules and regulations on these platforms, like you could twerk on there as long as you're wearing panties and stuff like that. You could, but that's not flagged. I'm not saying that the other stuff shouldn't be flagged, but like he's blatantly saying that. Like one word and a video can be taken down. This was there for a while before it got taken down. It had to be outraged. I don't know, man.
Your video when you were covering the Super Bowl was taken down faster
than whatever the hell his page was. Your copyright is more important than
you singing songs.
He's singing songs get flagged
faster.
more than this dude. That is crazy.
It's 25 degrees in here, and y'all got me shivering with this.
Well,
stuff,
now it's 12 degrees.
What?
Kids. Anyways.
Oh.
Sorry. I had to.
Federally prosecuted hate crime. Discriminate, to harass, or to somebody based upon your perception of their sexuality.
You can shut it off. You can shut that.
Okay, that's all we're gonna react to because that's all I can take on this video. But if you like what I have to say, make sure you hit the subscribe button, join the Bash crew, hit the like button. It helps to push us out to more people in the algorithm. Make sure you click on my next videos. Keep hearing me talk. I love you, and I see you, family. Comment your thoughts down below as well. Bash crew, I love y'all.